Okay, the first time I don't laugh at the donkey honking, just take me out into a pasture. I'm done. I'm just done.
It just lightens up my day.
I know. Now, I was gonna, do a heartwarming story about Massachusetts since we've been, pooing on them for forever. But might I give a quick and I'm just going to say public service announcement to whoever the bald Menendez is? Sir, you look fucking flapjack crazy. I would not let you out in any sense. Those are some Manson lamps. The fact that you're bald and standing behind one of those Quickie Mart, your height is this, victim perp kind of measurements, doesn't help your case. This is not a greeting card. Do we see the kind of semi-smile your brother has? I don't want to see that many teeth. And it's like a deranged dopey.
Yeah, like I just ate a couple of chills, aren't I special?
Yeah, like Lenny, we gonna get rabbits?
Boy, is that a panty on your head?
I'm just saying, as a casual observer to the Menendez brothers, I'm on the parole board and I see these two mugshots. The guy with hair's going out. The guy that's bald is staying in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with Nurse Ratched. Okay.
Would that be interesting though if that's how they ended up like doing it too? Like let the guy with the hair out and the guy that's like no, no, he just looks healthy.
Then you're gonna have the bald guys of America, alopecia of America coming out. Jada Pinkett Smith is gonna be at the front of it. As a proud bald man myself, well, I mean, Will Smith is gonna be out there smacking people.
Oh, that would be even funnier.
But on to what this is really supposed to be about. And now Mr. Mo says I can't have one because he's mean. But a baby raccoon was rescued after getting soaked in a Massachusetts storm. Look at that.
I know.
I would tell Mr. Mo it was a kitten until I couldn't lie about it anymore.
Trash pandas unite.
They were adorable but heartbreaking scenes when a scared, wet baby raccoon was found on a homeowner's doorstep. Belchertown Animal Control Officer Sarah Burns received a call to a Massachusetts property and found the youngster standing on two legs in fear after surviving a rainstorm. Oh my God. Look, I'd be like, Animal Control would be like, you called about a raccoon? No, that's my cat named Fluffy. She's a Mexiranian.
Yeah, because you don't want him to grow up to look like my avatar.
That's why New York went after Peanut and Fred.
Yeah. Because they were just too adorable. We can't have anything adorable here. Oh.
The critter quickly accepted help and was soon wrapped in a towel and dried off. After not finding the mother in the nearby vicinity, caring Sarah took the raccoon to Leiden Center for Wildlife Rehabilitation, where it was soon enjoying some food and seemed relaxed. Oh no! This is why.
No.
It's
Look
so
at this.
cute.
Look at that.
I know. Trash pandas forever.
I mean, they can, carry rabies, but you can get them, treated for that. There's vaccines.
Yeah. And he has little fingers, so I could have him like open the fridge and bring me a snack.
Yes.
He'd probably listen more than my kids do.
Like, go grab me a beer, Trash Panda. Go grab me a beer.
Yeah.
No, not one out of the trash, you silly fool.
Yeah. Look, I looked at service animals. Them are like $70,000. I rescue a trash panda kit. Are they cubs or kittens or?
I don't know what that. I guess I don't know. Puppies.
A baby
maybe?
trash panda.
Maybe they're considered puppies or like pups. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Somebody would know. I will have to find out. I will Google this. Somebody
Okie dokie.
knows.
Now, Sarah said that the Leiden Center for Wildlife Rehabilitation has the raccoon now, and it's doing well. It will be rehabilitated and released well, miles away from Canton, Massachusetts, when it's ready. The cute standing raccoon picture has drawn comments online, including, I've never seen a baby raccoon stand up before, and that's Rocket Raccoon right there. He looks like a little bouncer at the door.
Oh, yes, they're called cubs
Oh, they are?
or kits. Yeah, they can be called cubs or kits. Yeah.
Oh, I'm telling
So,
you, if I came home to this, I'd be like, you are one of the family now. Welcome, youngest, most feral.
I
Furriest,
mean,
most feral.
just imagine you come home and this thing's standing in the corner looking at you like that, just like, I'm so wet. Just
I
like
know. I'd be
Mo would go,
buying
I am
kitten
too.
Hawaiian shirts. Like, I'd be buying little clothes to put him in. Mr. Mo would be like, why are there a bunch of doll clothes? I'd be like, Sir Furfin Pants needs an outfit. He's going to be, he's an aristocrat. And
Yeah,
he's like, you mean Aristocat? I'm like, no, he's not a cat. He's a raccoon. How dare you? I
exactly.
mean, he is a cat. How dare you accuse me of taking a trash panda kitten from
I,
its parent to
yeah,
dress it up like
I
Mr. Peanut?
I just got a baby bear. That's all. We're all about saving the pandas, aren't we now, honey?
That, to be fair, I would also buy one of those panda dogs from the Chinese zoos.
Those are hilarious. Oh
Those
gosh.
are,
Where they're all just and they're just yeah, that's not a panda. Oh, they
they're
can't
like,
tell.
yes, is panda. Why are you feeding it kibble?
No, it's
You
totally a
ask too
panda.
many questions. CCP, get over here.
No, it's totally a panda. You can't tell because of your little squinty eyes. So stop. It's so bad. Stop. It's my youngest in this costume. Hey, Paul Storm. Good to see you. Oh gosh, yes. Ah,
Well, now, I don't know about you, but I'm not ever going to pay this much for a bottle of wine
no.
when, Boone's Farm Strawberry Fields Forever is $3.
Yeah. You just get
This
some Mad Dog
4-year-old bottle of
2020.
wine from the world's most envied collections is about to hit the auction block, but is it worth $180,000?
Yes, it could easily be worth 180,000. I mean, there's bottles that go for much more than that. So, it depends. See, and I did, I got to learn a little bit about wine because like whenever you have different regions of wine, you end up with a certain amount of rainfall and you end up with like certain soil
Yeah.
alkalides. So you end up with these years that are really good, and then you can end up with a year that's really bad. And if this is out of a good year and certain wines can only last so long, some of them will last longer. You have seasons for those. So yeah, it could easily be worth $180,000, especially if it's
Yeah. I
if there's
just figure
rare
I'm
bottles.
not the target audience because I cut
Not
everything
me
with
neither.
Diet Sprite. Can you imagine me going to France? Yes, I'd like some red. Also, do you have Diet Sprite? Actually, I'd pay just to watch the French like have conniption fits over what I'm drinking. Also, could you bring a straw?
Oh
Like
yeah.
just hurt everyone's feelings.
Oh, that's like my wife's grandmother. Because my wife was like, oh, I know that she drinks wine, and let's get her a nice bottle of wine, and so she called her aunt, the daughter, and says, hey, what does she like to drink? And she goes, oh honey, she goes, you just get her a bottle of Sutter Farm because she's gonna water it down anyway, and just get her a box wine or something because she can drink on that all week long. And if she's gonna have wine, don't spend any money on her. She's not gonna appreciate it. And she
Yeah,
was,
I would be in the same camp. Like, don't
yeah,
spend a whole lot of money on wine. I'm not going to know what.
Yeah,
is
you're
good
not
or
gonna.
bad.
You're just gonna be like, okay, it's got a little bit of alcohol in it, but I don't feel like, blasting my guts out because I'm not gonna drink it like that. I'm not gonna be sitting there sipping it with my dinner and swirling it around.
Yeah, I'm not going to look for the oaky notes and the blueberry notes and the coffee after finish. No.
No, I'm just looking for the alcohol that goes, that feels nice and
Yeah,
warm.
I'm pretty much like, oh, it doesn't taste like Dimetap. All right, well, that works for me. Wine enthusiasts and collectors, get your paddles ready. Christie's is hosting its first wine auction since 2022, brought to you by billionaire businessman and private collector and America Cup winner Bill Koch. Is it Koch or
I think it's
Koch?
cock,
Koch.
Coke, might be
Coke.
Coke. I don't know. I don't know
The
what a cock.
3-day event has 1,500 lots comprising of nearly 8,000 bottles of historical vintages
Mm.
from his private collection, which has a low estimate of about $15 million, but could actually exceed $21 million. Who the hell has, well, I mean, I guess if
Oh well,
you're one of the Koch brothers.
I know somebody that has a get this. So you can buy, and I can't remember the terminology for it. I want to say flight, but I think that would be wrong. But you can buy every year of a bottle, and it has a specific name to it, and they can be
Oh, cool.
worth quite a bit. And so what he'll do is he'll go to auctions like this just to fill in that collection. And he had one that he had just completed, and he kept them like in a special place, because he wants the value goes up whenever you have every single one of those bottles, because collectors like
Oh,
that. And so his wife calls him and says, "Hey, honey, I'm looking for some wine to use for I'm cooking this tonight.
oh
What's your
no.
recommendation?" He goes, "Oh, I mean, I got some down in the down it because this is whenever they still lived in a condo." He goes, "I got some in the in the downstairs storage space there." He goes, "Just grab a bottle out of there." And she goes, "Okay." And she comes up and she makes whatever Marseille or whatever she's making, and has the bottle sitting there. And he comes in and he sees it and he goes, "Oh my God." She was like, "What?" He goes, that's like a $6,000 bottle of wine. I just got that last week. I've been searching for it forever." She was like, "Oh."
Be like, look, look, I'm going to squeeze the red sauce and we'll put it back in the bottle and no one will know. No one.
It was
We'll
so.
just,
It turned out fine. He was just like, "Yeah, it was a good wine." He goes, "But now I've got to find another one to
oh
replace it."
God.
She felt so bad, but I mean, he's like I said, he was a collector, so that's so crazy.
Oh, I didn't even realize they had different things, but this is a Sarah Boone auction if there is. More than 750 of those 1,500 bottles are large format bottles, including 45 Jabarams, which are 3 liters,
Hmm.
and Methuselahs, which are 6 liters. As a
Yes,
parent who has all 6 of her children out on spring break, I will be ordering in Methuselah size from now on.
those Methuselah size are massive. Whenever because you see a wine bottle, they're like this.
Yeah.
These are like
Oh, are
massive.
those like those comically huge ones that
Yes,
you see at like the end of regattas
yes.
or whatever they are?
Yeah, we that same guy was telling you about. He took one of those bottles. I think it was Baccio Divino, which is a pretty expensive wine. It is a blend, but it's a really expensive wine. We used to go to this sushi place. He was really good friends with the guy. It wasn't just sushi. It was very uppity. And he brought that bottle for one of those bottles for the entire staff because he used to eat there all the time. He's good friends with the head chef, and and they're just like I mean, they just partied the whole night after
Oh,
that.
well, yeah, because I mean, look, I guess with a bottle like that, you can't really put cling film over the top of it and leave it in the fridge
No,
like
no.
Mo does.
Mo, they have vacuum sealers.
Look, y'all are
They look
assuming
like,
I buy wine that isn't screw top. Let's be
well,
very
I
real
mean,
about this.
well, they've got they look like penis pumps. So you got this little thing go.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
except my boys kept using them to like, you know, funnel different things or play with sand. They're like, "Mom, look, it's a funnel." And I'm like, "No, that's for booze."
Just picture you're sitting there going, I'm going to put this in my Sutter farm, and you end up with sand in the bottom. How did I end up with sand in the bottom of my wine glass?
I believe me, there are like a bajillion things I have just stopped wanting nice things for my
Oh, I know
house.
the feeling.
Like, I didn't realize I went to my very first Buc-ee's. I didn't realize they had like home decor and all this stuff. So I was like, oh, I'd love to have that in my house, but I have children.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, somebody did ask for something, didn't they? Do you think I
Oh,
should share it
yeah,
with them? Here we go. Let's
sure.
let's give it to them.
Welcome to the shit show. Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery. Cause everybody's such, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of clots. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, boulder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. We'll do it all over again.
I want this to play at my funeral.
Oh, it would be glorious to play at a funeral.
Wait, speaking of that,
Oh,
where is it? Because I know, where did I put that? Oh, I remember. Okay, that's a story for later. But I kind of like the ballsiness and future planning of this. I created my own funeral montage so I know I'll be remembered at my hottest.
oh,
Gen Z is not self absorbed. Only see, Exhibit A. This chick really is like, I want to catfish people at my funeral.
oh, catfishing people at the funeral. I love it.
So, what was meant to be a low key night of snacks and laugh took an unexpectedly emotional turn for two best friends. Instead of their ketchup routine, Alexis arrived at Jasmine's home with a laptop and a surprise. A fully edited 24-minute funeral montage of herself, complete with dramatic music and touching tributes.
I love
Jesus.
it.
She even wrote her own reviews, her own Yelp reviews for her future funeral.
Oh my God. I love it.
This can't be real, and yet it is. I made my funeral montage, Alex told People. She said, as she casually connected her computer to the TV. This sounds like a hostage situation you can't get out of. Like when people are going to show you their slides from, their RV trip across America,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and this sounds even worse. Like, do you at least get to get wine? Because I feel like you would have to be appropriately sad.
Yeah.
But then it's also like, why the hell did you do this at the age of 24?
Oh.
Question mark.
Oh.
To which, Alexis was telling her friend, and Jasmine was a little bit in shock, like, girl, get this out of my house. Now, the moment was captured in a now viral TikTok where basically it was put out that, she wanted to make sure that they got her best side whenever they did the montage.
Oh my God. Is she planning on dying anytime soon?
So it said, I have a morbid best friend who works in the funeral and crematory services, and it's not for the weak. She spent over 6 years working in the funeral industry, and for her, confronting mortality isn't unusual. She says with her Mexican-American background, she embraces death as the natural part of life. She's always been a bit, morbid and creepy, but she wanted to, make sure that the best pictures were used and that she approved of all the pictures. Now, can I tell you that you'll be, what in the Mac is going on here?
Oh, what?
Also, that would be my face. Like,
Yeah.
My friend comes over. I figure we're going to watch Everyone Loves Raymond or something fun. And she's like, no, I've got something to show you.
It is so
And
cool.
I'd be like, did you bring over a naughty movie like Roadhouse with only the entire part is just Patrick Swayze without his shirt off? And she's like, no,
No.
it's my funeral montage. I didn't trust y'all to pick out good pictures of me.
What's wrong with you, woman?
I'd need one of them Methuselah bottles of wine, but then I might be too honest. Like, why the hell were you doing this? Are you that vain? Like, you'll
Yeah.
be dead at that point. Do you even matter if anyone remembers you? You know, good side, bad side?
Yeah, I mean, that's the way like I told my wife, I was like, whenever I'm gone, I'm gone. I mean, it's like I'll be kicking up daisies somewhere, like what would I be worried about what anybody thinks about me at that point in time? Oh, and this woman, she attends funerals for 2 years, hoping to catch the Undertaker's eye. This is the craziest thing I heard. After falling for the local undertaker, a Brazilian woman spent 2 years attending funerals in her community in hopes of catching the man's eye. Daniela Signor and Apollo Scariot surprised a lot of people when they arrived at their wedding venue in a funeral hearse. But to those who knew their unusual love story, the choice made perfect sense. Daniela first laid eyes on Apollo in early 2023 while attending the funeral service of a deceased relative and immediately knew she had to do everything she could to draw his attention. He was the funeral director and seemed too focused on his job to notice her, but she didn't let that discourage her. Every 3 months or so, she would attend funerals in her community just to see Apollo and hopefully get seen by him. It took a while, but her strategy actually worked. 33 Daniela hails from from Hell, a small community southwest of Sao Paulo, where every one of the 2,832 residents knows everyone else to some extent. So attending random funerals just so she could see Apollo didn't really seem that strange. Oh, it's strange.
No, it's a little strange. No, it's a lot strange. But I mean, I guess I'm glad she didn't take that final step of killing people in order to increase his business and meet him more.
That would have been very weird. The thing is, the 31-year-old Undertaker wasn't always there. And when he was always focused on his work. I used to think, I'll give the family a big hug so I could just see him, but he wasn't always there. Daniela told What's the Jam. He had no idea. I only told him later when we finally started talking, when he was like, wait, how did I ever not notice you before?
She's like, I was at all 27 of your embalmings.
Well, because he was so focused on work. It took a while, but Daniela caught Apollo's eye at some point. After dating a while, the two tied the knot last month. They arrived in a hearse because it just fitted their story so well. But they made sure to explain it to everyone. Everyone at the wedding was shocked, but during our vows, we explained everything. We read our story. The people understood why they arrived in the hearse. It's just...
Hey, the
da
company.
noiva, né? O casamento é aquele momento mais aguardado por todos.
I don't know what they're saying.
No, but he's I don't know, but I didn't think you could sound lispy in Spanish, but he sure does.
Yeah, could you imagine this? In the desert too. It's just like...
Honestly, I think my parents, if I'd have told them that Mr. Mo was a mortician, they'd be like, it's a steady business.
Oh my gosh, she shows up and she's just chewing gum. She's just like a...
Also, doesn't that look like a station wagon? I mean, it doesn't so much look like a hearse. It looks like a wagon.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Also, is she pregnant too? I mean, or was that the maid?
She's just a very large woman.
Oh.
Now you understand why she was wanting to see this guy at the funeral. And he's a small man. Well, she might be pregnant. They didn't really show her after that. They were just like, oh, she might be. But what the hell?
Well, I just saw a woman who was pregnant, but I was like, well,
it could be. It could be that she was pregnant. I got to show you something. And now hopefully you don't have a weak stomach, right?
No.
Okay. This is hilarious.
Want to gag on my stick?
Stop! I was fucking them on stairs. Stop it!
Want to gag on my stick?
Have you ever seen that to do to cats, where you take a comb and you run a comb across the comb and the cat will start gagging? I think
No.
it's a cat.
Although I will say, and it didn't come out the right way, but the way Baker speaks Dutch, it's really more
It's
guttural.
It's from the back of your throat.
from the back of your throat. And I was like, this is making me gag. I can't speak Dutchanese. I'm gonna go to Denmark and be like,
She's got an airplane bag with her and trying to speak Dutch.
'Cause
Why is she talking into the airplane bag?
well, because then I realized, me not being my normal, catch. I was like, this is making me gag. It's too far back in the back of my
I could make so many bad, rude comments, Mo.
Oh,
but I'm
there
keeping my
were
mouth
so
shut.
many, but I also realized I have incredibly large tonsils, so there's also that too. So I was like, I'm sorry, my tonsils are too big to speak Dutch.
Neither could Laura Owens.
Well, my tonsils have never made any twins, though. Kind of glad they decided not to procreate. I will say that sound doesn't make me gag, but it's not a happy sound. It's not
Really?
it's not a good sound.
Really? Yeah. I see nothing like that bothers me. I'm just like, okay.
So after that, we need a cute story. An adorable
Yes.
5-month-old baby apologized to plane passengers after being a typical baby for an entire flight. Now, why her dad is wearing orange camouflage?
Well, it's so the deer can't see him.
Make this make sense. Look, I realize I'm a rural American, but mossy oak on an orange background, what are we doing here?
I don't know.
This baby's cry in the sky wasn't going to fly. A mom in a since viral Instagram, after sharing a video of her husband, I like how the mom made the husband stand with the baby.
Yeah. Smart woman.
Yep. Be like, Mr. Mo, go stand back there. No, you're bigger than me and you're wearing camouflage. So in case, anything happens.
Picturing that.
Shared a video making her husband and her 5-month-old daughter apologize to fellow flyers along a long-haul plane ride. Hannah Chestnut posted the cheeky footage to her Instagram account following an 8-hour flight from London, England to Atlanta. Why are you coming from... Y'all aren't ready for the humidity. These poor people from England are gonna... That is long sleeves y'all are wearing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good luck.
That is so crazy. They
We
must have came
told her
from
to...
Canada.
We told her to apologize to everyone face to face for what she had put them through on the flight. And in the video, Chestnut's husband, Joseph, can be seen cradling baby Ava at the aircraft's door as the other travelers disembark, smiling at everyone, apologizing for being a typical baby. So but cute.
So are they from London originally?
So, on the flight from the UK, Chestnut alleged that Ava did surprisingly well, so the video was all in jest. I guess they're originally from the UK, from what I'm reading.
That explains why he's wearing an orange camouflage hat. He's trying to blend in with the locals in Atlanta.
He's like, I did orange and camouflage. One negates the other, sir. One negates the other.
You're gonna love this. So it's this. I can't remember this scene in the film. I'm sorry. I saw that and I was like,
great.
I gotta show that to Mo. I've got one that's much worse than that. I can't
Well, see, and here I'm bringing the good of humanity. This poor dude. Notice how the wife isn't paying it, or the future wife.
Oh my gosh.
See, and the problem with that is I'd be the one laughing hysterically instead of helping and getting in trouble for it. A groom overwhelmed by the sight of his bride faints at the altar. I started to go all weak.
That's not why he fainted. Here's why he fainted, because he locked his legs. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so ladies, gentlemen, if you're ever having to stand for a long period of time, you don't want to lock your knees, because if you lock your knees, you cut off the blood circulation that flows down to your legs, and you'll get lightheaded and you'll pass out. I learned this in the military. They were like,
yeah, same. That's what I learned in the military. Keep your knees loose.
Yes.
And 4 Motrin is 1 serving.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
A groom was so overcome with emotion on his wedding day that he fainted at the altar. Well, that's because he's 12. He doesn't even have... Sir, first of all, Smokey and the Bandit would be ashamed. If you can't grow a better... Look, it's either Tom Selleck or nothing. If you can't get a Tom Seleckian mustache growing on that upper lip, don't try it, okay? Can we all just agree?
That's so crazy.
When my bride walked in, looking even more stunning than usual, my body started to go weak. Gustavo Schmitz.
That sounds very...
it's from
European.
Brazil.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Yes, because his father might have been... a German at some point. Yeah.
That's why they like a lot of pickled things over there. I didn't realize that there was a big sort of like pickled and vegetables and German kind of alpine feel in Brazil.
Yeah, why is there so much cabbage in my food? I don't understand.
Told Jam Press after, face planting during his big day, which went down Saturday, June 7th in Salante, Brazil. Now, footage shows the dramatic moment that the aspiring husband killed over backwards like in a 90s comic movie as the pastor and guests rushed to his side. Again, notice his wife is like,
don't you run away from me.
Well, she's also like, oh, don't pleat the dress. Come on.
Yeah, you can see where his legs locked up. Right there.
Yeah.
It's just like...
Poor guy.
Oh. What is he, like 20?
Well, that's what I was like. It was like, is he 12? Is it a child marriage? What's going on here?
Well,
but he's
probably
25.
And she's what, 35?
Yeah. Well,
She does look bigger than him, too.
Well, but he's a bitter guy. He looks like all of 4'9" and 94 pounds. Besides, we have seen in my local Walmart that a man that is all of, 5'1" and maybe 93 pounds, he and his wife, are still reproducing. I'm pretty sure she's on number 8 or 9 in the little, Go-Go Rascal, and all of their little children following behind. And you're like, how?
Yeah. How? Like,
I hesitate to call Aperture because I don't know that they'll do any blue. Actually, I would like to see the blue test on that one.
You're so bad.
Because I
Oh,
have some questions. Because I understand physics, and I'm a little confused. She's like, the tux is rented. The tux is rented.
like don't he's I mean he is wearing tennis shoes too. That's even funnier. Like
She's like, Dios mío, I am a widow even before I was married.
he fell down. Oh my gosh.
My family would have been shouting, I don't care if you pass out, you're not giving her back.
Yeah.
No backsies.
No backsies.
We took the bass boat.
She's your problem now.
We told you good luck and bon voyage. We ain't taking her back. Now, the teacher who reportedly takes medication for anxiety issues said the week leading up to the, knot tying ceremony had been hectic with all the preparations. And the day itself was a rush, guests arriving, trying to get things sorted out. So I was already I was already feeling weak and breathless when everything started. Now, Schmidt even told some of the incoming ushers that his body was tingling.
Yeah. That's why
It sounds like his blood sugar bottomed out to me, because I can tell if I'm not eating, I start to feel tingly, lightheaded, kind of almost feels like anxiety for me. So I know if my heart starts to race and I feel tingly, I need to go eat something.
Oh yeah, I know that feeling. That happens to me too.
That was at Dollywood, and I was like, crap, I've got to get something or it's going to be ugly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But after all, it was a happy day for Smits, who had grown up with his bride-to-be, Pamela Berto, 23. So she's younger than him, in their small town of 7,000 people. When the love of his life entered the venue, the moment hit like tidal wave. I went to her on the red carpet aisle, and the pastor began speaking, and I told her I wasn't feeling well. I was still joking a bit, and so she didn't believe me that I wasn't feeling well. When I fainted, she grabbed my suit jacket, but I fell on her dress, and she couldn't hold me up. The pastor ran over and grabbed my sleeve to stop me from hitting my head on the floor. Then my friend Eduardo, who's a doctor, came quickly to check my pulse and gave me first aid with the pastor. Imagine getting your first kiss of your wedding from the pastor. We were trying to do mouth-to-mouth resuscitations.
Oh, when I first saw this, Mo, I thought this was something else. It said pet yeast craze gaining traction in China. Okay, I thought that they were taking pets and making yeast out of it. It is not. What it is a growing number of young Chinese looking for low maintenance companionship, are turning their attention to jars of activated yeast that only need flour and water. So-called static pets such as stones, mango pits, paper boxes, and even toothpaste have become popular with Chinese youth looking for low commitment companionship to compensate for their stressful daily lives and careers. However, one such static pet has been seeing massive popularity in the Asian country, pet yeast. Nicknamed face worm by Nietzscheans, the yeast can be raised in a simple container by feeding dry yeast with flour, water, and a bit of sugar. After stirring the ingredients, all you need to do is wait a few hours to see the yeast grow into a sticky, bubbly mass that emits a typical wine-like aroma. Apparently, this is enough for young people looking for easy companionship. No need to walk it, no mess.
I'm not trying to be do they eat sea monkeys over there?
No,
Have they never heard of brine shrimp?
No, it's pet yeast. It's like, you remember there were pet rocks, but
Okay, well, when you were saying this, I thought people were wiping down their pet and then taking the yeast that naturally grew on them and creating some sort of bread from that. And I was just like,
no,
this is even dumber.
yes. But the other one that's just as dumb is a bizarre trend sweeping through China that has unemployed youths paying money to pretend to work in rented offices for absolutely no financial gain. Millions of Chinese people report to their office jobs every day, but while the overwhelming majority get paid to do so, some actually pay fake companies to allow them to pretend to work there in exchange for a daily fee between 30 and 50 won.
There's going to be a lot of fouling down references in China soon. What do
Yeah.
you mean my son hasn't worked in 6 months? What does he do all day?
Well, he sits there and pretends to work. While most simply allow clients to chill in their facilities, those looking for an extra layer of realism, they can pay extra for fictitious tasks, fake managers, even staged employee rebellions. These
Oh my
so-called
God, if
pretend to
Chandler
work.
Halderson had known this was a thing.
Oh my God, could you imagine you pay somebody, can you yell at me all day? I need somebody to tell me what to do.
Oh my
No,
God.
you would do
I've
this.
not always been an expert at everything but China. I
Yes.
will yell at you. Now, do I get to use different wigs? Because I
Yes.
think that in order to stay in character,
Yes. And you could make money off of doing this. It's like, come here, I will abuse you verbally.
my husband would be like, you already cut my spirit down every time you talk. You're perfect.
It's a growing trend, though. It's like, okay, from like pet yeast to paid work or not work. I don't know what the deal is. This is so odd to me. What's wrong with Chinese people? I blame you for this. I blame you for this.
Yeah. It really was all our fault. We introduced them to Coca-Cola and McNuggets.
Oh,
It was all Reagan's fault.
well, it wasn't McNuggets that they were eating. I'm just saying that once they stopped eating the McNuggets, the cat population started to grow again. Oh, just saying. Just saying.
Now, I have, thought about what I'd be reincarnated as, and I'm willing to add black bear to it because I think this might be my spirit animal. A bear trapped using donuts after soaking in a hot tub.
Wait, was Nick
I
there?
too can be trapped using donuts and would really like a hot tub.
Was Ricada hanging out with him?
Ricada is reformed.
I'm just picturing Ricada sitting there smoking a cigar, eating donuts in a hot tub with a bear. You should totally do that. I would be impressed. Black bears are cool.
A Florida bear seen enjoying a resident's hot tub and taking a long nap later was captured and relocated with the help of donuts. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission said that the bear was spotted in Punta Gorda neighborhood on Sunday. Now, the Bruin was caught on camera taking a soak in a resident's hot tub before removing the cushions on an outdoor couch and taking a 6-hour nap in the backyard. Again, if it wasn't a bear, I'd have just figured it was me.
This sounds like my story.
I know. FWC personnel used hazing techniques, to encourage the bear to leave the property, but it ended up scaling a tree in a nearby vacant lot. Now, it did finally descend the tree on Monday, ensnared in a trap baited with donuts. It was a law enforcement bear.
Or a Homer Simpson bear. We just named him Homer. Sprinkles.
Yes.
Did he have powdered donuts? Cocaine bear. They turned donut bear into cocaine bear. It's just like,
I love that movie. That movie was
God.
hilarious.
it is. Oh my God. It is so funny.
Have you seen that video, though, of bringing it back full circle of the raccoon that found its owner's meth pipe?
Yes.
So, Hollywood, hear me out. Meth raccoon.
Oh my God. Yes. And it might raise enough money to get that lady out on bail too. It's no joke. There's like a police stop and the police are just like, the raccoon has the meth pipe. She's like, he can't have that. It's gonna mess him up. He's gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
She's more worried about the raccoon than being arrested for having meth.
She's like, that is mine. Cletus.
Mine.
Cletus, we have talked. I get the first puff, you get the second. How dare you bogart it? Just because you have an opposable thumb, I'm still the head of this household.
Raccoonophetamine.
Honestly, I'd take whatever that was, like raccoonamine. With warning, side effects may include, aggressive overconfidence, being on cops, getting tased repeatedly while yelling, "Don't tase me, bro," and other such things that might get you shamed in the Christmas newsletter. Raccoonamine.
Side effects are scabbed knees and elbows and chin. As you get electric shock and hit the ground.
It's a Friday squid pro quo. We were never on the tracks to begin.
No. That's definitely not a.
Now, I'll leave us with this. Wait, where I was going forward.
Oh, yeah.
For more news. Now, again, when your gut shrinks, it looks bigger, but it's like them mirrors, things appear bigger, because of I think the concaveness.
The contour of the earth.
Yeah. Peen size has increased, and some say that Ozempic might be to blame. Again, blame seems like the wrong word.
Yeah, I mean, if you're boasting about enlargement, why would you blame it? I mean,
I don't know. Ozempic might shrink waistlines, but it might add bulge to another body part.
Hey, it ain't the backside.
Even skinny men are now just running out to get Ozempic. Their doctor's like, "You're not diabetic." They're like, "But we heard peen growth."
That's all we heard.
Like, don't hold out on me, doc. Guy down the street, large Larry lost 300 pounds and gained 4 inches.
Yeah, I know. That's like 100 pounds an inch. And I've got 100 pounds at least. just 1 inch, doc.
Okay, why are you going to Reddit to talk about your peen? I mean, never mind, you're on Reddit.
Exactly.
In a recent Reddit thread, male Ozempic users claimed that the weight loss drug has helped their peens grow. I recently measured myself down there. Why?
Why? Who does that?
And I've noticed I've gained about 1 inch, a person proudly shared to the forum. Yes, but 1 plus 0 is still 1. Now, there hasn't been enough research done yet on the correlation between, I guess Wegovy is so they're using the generic, but Wegovy is the name brand.
Yeah.
And male peen growth, the average size continues to grow. So there you are. Mozempic. Look, me and Pfizer are in talks, okay? And some experts think that Ozempic might have something to do with it. Now, the average peen has grown 10% from 5.175 or 17 inches to 5.63 between 2022 and 2024. Okay, are these at-home measurements? Because I have some questions. Also, is this what male doctors do with you guys? Like, you guys go in for like a just regular appointment? I didn't imagine that y'all's doctor's appointments involved that many stirrups.
No, they're like, turn your head and cough, and here, let me stroke this thing into submission. No, that's not what doctors do.
That's how so many of the doctors. Shizzy's like, your doctor's not supposed to do that?
Yeah, doctor's supposed to. I feel so violated.
You're like, Dr. Larry Nassar said it was okay.
Well, what if it's a female doctor? It's like, okay, doc. I mean, I guess there's a reason why you're wearing those rubber gloves. I mean,
Well, I mean, I get again, did they like go to a bunch of guys? Okay, hey, are you on, Ozempic or Wegovy? Also, could you take this measuring, and pictures and it didn't happen? Now, also, are we measuring from like happy time or not happy time? I
I
mean,
don't know why I don't get it. I was never
I,
never worried about measuring anything. I'm just like, does it work?
data has also revealed that Venezuelan men have experienced a massive increase from 1.42 inches to 6.67 inches within 2 years. Who's doing these measurements?
Sorry, Venezuelan men. I feel bad for you. Sorry.
What in the world is going on here? Dr. Robert, I'm going to go with Viney, although it could be veiny and apropos. Consultant urological surgeon at Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Birmingham thinks that Ozempic and similar drugs could be, a bit of to blame. Men's peens tend to shorten as they get older due to increasing body fat and increasing prostate size, drawing the peen back into the body. Like a turtle?
I guess.
Does it become an innie?
That would be so weird. I'm worried now.
I know.
Great.
Shizzy's about to call his doctor.
I'm getting old. It's like, what, dog? It's shrinking. He was like, I don't think you have anything to worry about, son.
Theoretically possible that new drugs, Ozempic and Wegovy, that are used to treat diabetes and obesity, respectively, can help people lose weight, and that could also be a factor. As you lose weight, your peen does appear larger.
Yeah, because you can actually see it again. Whenever your belly hangs over, you can't see it too well, and you're like, no. Oh, guess what? There is something down there. Jeez, amazing.
Well, however, in 2023, research published in the World Journal of Men's Health revealed that the average size of a guy is growing 24% in the last 30 years.
Jack Buck says, men taking Viagra and Ozempic, what could go wrong?
Oh, God.
Put your horny old men running
All
around
the
the
nursing
mall.
homes gonna be like, they're just gonna be like, put your pants back on. Everyone knows it's 5 inches. He's like, nope, grow another. They're just doctor's offices are just gonna have the little door. Randy was.
Well, they have to check them off, because why are all these guys all of a sudden on Ozempic? All of these old men just come waddling in there with their walkers, just like, oh, come on, doc, just one more inch.
Instead of the door where all the kids put their ages, there's the side of the door. Dad was.
Barry, Mr. Wilford, John, just all along the side of the door. Well.
Now, to rain on this parade, any overall change in development is concerning because our reproductive system is one of the most important, pieces of human biology. If we're seeing this fast of a change, it means something powerful is happening to our bodies. Okay. Try to get men worried that they're growing too big too fast. That is a losing, I can't imagine that the CDC is going to be like, are you worried about excess peen growth? Please call us if that's worrying you. Not one damn call would come in at the 1-800 number from a man.
Yeah, I can, that would be a good ad for Ozempic because it was just like, how they have the little thing afterwards. And side effects may include heart failure, extra large penis. It's just like they don't even hear the rest of it. And death. I mean, it's just like, nope. All I heard was extra large penis. I'm going. Doc, I need to lose some weight.
Every single husband goes in.
That law firm would go bankrupt.
Only time will tell if Ozempic and other lifestyle factors are to blame for well-endowed men.
It's a shame. Well-endowed
Well,
men.
does it shrink back if they go off of it? I think that's what we need to know.
Who was I? Because whenever I first mentioned this story, it was Captain Kern said that he was on Ozempic, and he said that it did help him lose weight. He didn't say anything about his wean size, of course. Why would you? But he was just like, after he went off of the Ozempic, like the weight came back. So I mean, something like this can help you, like. How do you put that boost to get to, maybe losing some weight where you can get out and exercise a little bit more. But I don't see why you'd want to do that. Like MG's Law says, some of us don't need it. Just saying.
MG's like, I can't get on Ozempic. I'd have to, file it on. I couldn't use it as a carry-on anymore.
I know.
They'd make me put it at the, underneath the plane.
That's no fun. It's like then I have to have a little push scooter to carry it around.
All I'm seeing is that South Park where Randy gave himself testicular cancer.
Oh God.
Well, you guys, I do have to get over. At least today we are only promised an hour and 15 minutes of Hank's mind-numbing, soul-destroying voice.
Yeah.
And Bev's soul-destroying voice for about that long.
Yeah, you say it's only an hour and a half each, but Bev will probably take like 3 hours on her own.
All right, Jervis. So, we are all able to do the 3 things now today. We're not going to be taking a long luncheon break. But we are going to be getting, the lawyers and I have been really working hard to get everything going fast-tracked. Again, Bev, for the last time, I will say this to you. If you cut your bangs, you could actually not show us your honking nostrils every damn time you talk to us. It's not a good look. Not a good look. Also, go to the groomer. Your undercoat is at Sheltie, levels. We need to work on this, okay? So I'll see you guys over there. Have a great day. Thank you for joining us.
Bye, guys.
Bye.